Hey friends, so how do you get rid of your mortgage, your rent, all bills, and have yourself covered for your food, your nourishment, living expenses, all that stuff? Well, I did it, so I'm going to talk about it for just a minute or two. For those of you that are interested, how would it feel to not have to worry about a mortgage or rent anymore, even if you just got that one thing taken care of, let alone everything else? That's a big difference, man. Holy shit. So, step number one, a little over 10 years ago, the girl that I was dating at the time, she got involved in a home business and she invited me, to which I said no to for 3 months, but eventually I said yes. And then I took on a massive new learning curve because I didn't have the first clue on how to build it. But I knew I was capable of learning, and you know you're capable of learning new skills because you've learned things in the past. Stuff you know now was once upon a time unfamiliar to you. So that was the first thing. And then I got my ass to work in my spare time, because, and I have to mention that because one of two big reasons that people use for not getting started on setting themselves free from being controlled and manipulated by the dollar is they don't have time. Well, I did it in my spare time. I focused maybe 15-20 minutes a day was the minimum I could, or the maximum that I could do, so I got started with that minimum. And that was enough to get the ball rolling. It took me 2.5 years, well, less than that, to afford like mortgage or a rent, but it took about 2.5 years to where I no longer needed a job anymore to cover me. So I was covered. 2.5 years into it, I was covered, and I got super healthy because the end product that I was using is a health product, a superfoods shake and exercise and all that kind of stuff. So I got healthy physically and financially in 2.5 years. Physically 90 days, 2.5 years for the financial aspect of it. And then the other big reason that most people will use is the money. They don't have enough to get started. I dropped $240 was my startup, and it was money that I did not have, and I had no means of paying it off because I had an income of zero. So I borrowed, I put it on credit, and I just got my ass to work, and I never missed a credit card payment to this day. So that's pretty cool. And a few years after that, saving and so forth, I was able to buy a house in cash, a cash payment on a house. So canceled out my mortgage right off the bat because I never had a mortgage. That's pretty cool. Never had a mortgage. And I mean, fuck, that's pretty awesome. And I did that when I was only, how old was I? I bought the 30, shoot, I think I was 32. I did that when I was 32 years old, that's right. Got this house when I was 32, just before my 33rd birthday. And so most people go their whole lives without ever owning a house. They're still paying off a mortgage because maybe they refinanced it once, twice, 3 times throughout the course of their lives. So most people never ever own their house. And even the ones that do, it's usually way up there, 60, 70 something years old. And I did it when I was 32, so that's pretty cool. So there's a lot to be said for throwing away all rationale behind, I can't get started because I don't have time, can't get started because I don't have money, can't get started because I don't know how, can't get started because I have a checkered, questionable past. None of those things matter when you're talking about a really good home business opportunity. None of those things matter anymore. But I'm not naive enough to think that most people still won't make it matter. And I know full well most people are going to do incredible mental gymnastics to make it easier to live with themselves for not being where they think that they should be at this point in their lives right now. So this video is really for the few out there, not the many. This will never appeal to the many, but the few out there that are like, yeah, okay, this is possible. I can learn new things, and I can work past these facts of my life, of my money situation and my lack of time situation and my lack of skill situation and whatever it might be. If you have that vision in your head that, yeah, okay, I can overcome stuff, even if I have no idea how yet, I can figure it out, right? Then this video is for you. And it's for you who would like to not have to worry about bills or mortgage or rent anymore, or affording food, or for many of you, your desire to afford better quality, maybe organic and GMO-free food and stuff like that. And to just be a free human being and not be controlled or manipulated anymore by the dollar that you have to constantly chase after every week and every month, or you can't afford to pay your bills. It's back to those bills again. That sucks. Ask me how I know how bad that sucks. That used to be my lifestyle before I was 32. So I've been there, done that, and now I'm 40 now at the time of this video. It's 2017. It's September 11th. Oh wow, it's 9/11 today. Huh, didn't know. Anyway, September 11th, 2017, that's my situation right now at 40 years old. And I crossed that threshold when I was 32. It took 2.5 years to do it, that's it. 2.5 years is the speed of light compared to the 40-year plan. You know, you go to work for 40 years to retire poorer than you were when you were working. And during that time you were working, you were just chasing the dollar every month. Otherwise, the money would stop coming in and you'd live on the street and starve. So 2.5 years to retire richer than you were when you were working is the speed of light to spend 40 years to retire poorer than you were when you were working. And one of them is a pyramid scam, and I would call it the 40-year plan to retire poorer than you were when you were working. And about pyramids, by the way, did you know every job at every company is a pyramid scam? And that's not to impugn the work or the nobleness of what you're doing at your job or what it means to the community in which you serve or the company in which you serve, but think about it. What's a pyramid scheme? What's a pyramid? At the top there's one or two people or a small group of people that make the bulk of the money, and as you go down the chain of command, the income gets smaller and smaller until it just scraps at the bottom. Well, that's every job at every company bar none. I'm in the complete opposite of that. So this is also for you who are open to the fact that you are in a pyramid that is scamming you and ripping you and your family off every day that you show up for work. Just letting you know, financially you're being ripped off. Absolutely, it's a fact, a stone cold, hard, undeniable fact. So this is also for you who are open to that fact, like, holy shit, that sucks. And likewise, it's also for you who are not only open to that fact, but want to get out of being in a pyramid like that, or any pyramid for that matter. You want to be in the antithesis, the opposite of a pyramid, then this video is also for you. Just reach me privately, Facebook private message inbox, and I'll show you what I've got. It's all about health and fitness, and if you see it as a fit for you, in other words, you sell it to yourself. That's another reason people use it. I don't want to do a home business because I'm not good at selling. I don't like selling. Skip that. So if you sell it to yourself and you'd like to do something that can help people get really healthy, physically, emotionally, good blood panels with their doctors, and get healthy financially as well as physically and all that stuff, but not as a salesperson, as somebody that just likes to disseminate information, put it out there like I'm doing, and then let people sell it to themselves. And the ones that sell it to themselves, those are the ones we work with. It's an attraction-based concept versus chasing people. It's the opposite of chasing, it's attraction. Big difference. So if that turns you on to learn how to do that, private message me and I'll hear from some of you very soon. And that's all I got for you. And my website is TomBerkenmeyer.com. You can go there to check me out more if you'd like. I've got thousands of pieces of content that I've done over the past 10 years. Thousands at TomBerkenmeyer.com. But Facebook private message me if you want to talk to me personally about this deal of health and fitness and wealth creation from health and fitness, okay? Imagine that, profiting from perpetuating health instead of profiting from perpetuating sickness and poverty. Instead of profiting from sickness and poverty, we're going to profit from perpetuating health and wealth. Wonderful concept. So I'll hear from you very soon. And share this. Share. Bye for now.